Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. In continuation of reading the teachings of Lord Sri Caitanya, the Lord then explained the different meanings of Itham Bhuta Gunaha. He also explained the word guna in its different meanings. Itham Bhuta means full transcendental, before which even the transcendental pleasure known as Brahmananda becomes like straw. In the Hari Bhakti Shuddhodaya, it is said by the devotee, O Lord, O Supreme, simply by understanding you or seeing you, the pleasure which we derive is so great that the pleasure in Brahmananda becomes insignificant. In other words, the pleasure derived by understanding Krishna as he is the all-attractive reservoir of all pleasures and the reservoir of all pleasure-giving tastes, with all transcendental qualifications, attracts one to become his devotee. By such attraction, one can give up fruitive activities, endeavoring for liberation, or the intense desire to achieve success in yoga mystic power. The attractive power of Krishna is so intense that, without any respect for any other means of self-realization, one surrenders onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead simply by that attraction. Guna means the unlimited transcendental qualities of Krishna, primarily his Sat Chit Ananda form. In his transcendental blissful knowledge and eternity, he is fully perfect, and therefore such perfection becomes more manifest when he becomes controlled by the attention of the devotee. God is so kind and merciful that he can give himself in exchange for the devotional service of a devotee. His transcendental qualities are such that his perfection in his beauty, his perfect reciprocation of love between himself and his devotee, and his flavor of all transcendental qualities attract different kinds of transcendentalists and liberated souls by different manifestations of these qualities. For example, he attracted the mind of one of the Kumaras, Sanaka, simply by the flavor of the flowers offered to him, and the mind of Sukadeva Goswami was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna. He attracted by his personal beauty the minds of the damsels of Vrindavan, and he attracted the attention of Rukmini by his bodily feature and transcendental qualities. He attracts the mind of the goddesses of fortune by playing the flute and by different other features of transcendental attraction. He attracts the minds of all young girls. He attracts the minds of elderly ladies by his childlike activities, and he attracts the minds of his friends by his friendly activities. When he appeared in Vrindavan, he attracted even the birds and the bees and the trees and the plants. Everyone became attracted in love and affection for Krishna. The word Hari has different meanings, of which two are principles. Hari means that he takes away all inauspicious from the devotee's life, and that he attracts the mind of the devotee by awarding him transcendental love of Godhead. He is so attractive that anybody remembering Krishna in some way or other becomes free from the four kinds of material miseries. With special attention for his devotee, the Lord banishes the devotee's different forms of sinful activities which are a stumbling block for the advancement of devotional service. This is called routing the influence of ignorance. And by hearing alone, one develops love for him. That is the gift of the Lord. On one side, he takes away our inauspicious things, and on the other side, he awards the most auspicious things. That is the meaning of Hari. When a person becomes developed in love of Godhead, then by his attractive power of transcendental qualities, he attracts the devotee's body, mind, and everything for the Lord. Such are the merciful activities of Krishna, and such are his transcendental qualities. He is so attractive that, out of transcendental attachment for him, a devotee will give up all the four principles of spiritual life, namely religiousness, economic development, regulation of sense gratification, and salvation. The words api and cha are adverbs. They can be utilized for virtually any purpose, but still the purpose of cha or and means that the whole construction may have seven different readings. The Lord established the importance of 11 items in the verse of Atma Rama. Then he began to explain the imports of each item as follows. The word Brahman means the greatest in all respects. He is the greatest in all opulences. Nobody can excel over his richness. Nobody can excel over his strength. Nobody can excel over his fame. Nobody can excel over his beauty. Nobody can excel over his knowledge. And nobody can excel over his renunciation. Therefore, the real meaning of Brahman is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. In the Vishnu Purana, the meaning of Brahman is given. He is the greatest and there is no limit to his expanding as the greatest. One may conceive of Brahman's greatness, yet it is growing in such a way that nobody can estimate how far or how great he actually is. That Supreme Personality of Godhead is realized in three aspects, but they are all one and the same. The Absolute Truth. The Supreme Personality, Krishna, is everlasting. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that he exists before the manifestation of this cosmic world and he exists during its continuance and he will continue to exist after the annihilation of this cosmic manifestations. Therefore, he is the soul of everything great. He is all pervading. He is all witnessing and he is the supreme form of everything. To understand and achieve that supreme perfection of the absolute truth, there are three different kinds of transcendental processes mentioned in Vedic literature. They are called the process of knowledge, the process of mystic yoga, and the process of devotional service. The followers of different processes realize the supreme truth in different aspects. Namely, those who are following the process of knowledge realize him as impersonal Brahman. Those who are following the process of yoga realizes him as a localized super soul. Those who are following the process of devotional service realize him as the supreme personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. In other words, although Brahman means Krishna and nothing else. Still, according to the process followed by different transcendentalists, he is realized in three different aspects. So I stop here and continue for today's summary. So in this chapter, Lord was explaining about Atma Rama and the 11 items of Atma Rama. And in each aspect today, he talked about the Brahman meaning, where Brahman means who is greatest in all the six opulences, such as richness, beauty, strength, renunciation, knowledge, and nobody can excel any of these in any of these qualities. He is completely full. So that is the meaning of Brahman. In Vishnu Purana also it is stated that there is no limit for his expansion qualities. So there is no end. Nobody can know where it begins and where it ends. The Lord is so merciful and kind. When a devotee has a transcendental love towards him, all the transcendental qualities of the God manifest, and there is an exchange of love of Godhead between the Supreme Lord and the devotee. The Lord, out of mercy, manifests all those qualities in him for the devotee, and the devotee enjoys that transcendental relationship. The meaning of Hari is explained beautifully over here, where the Hari means here at one end the Lord takes away all the inauspicious things from the devotee and provides all the auspicious things in order to proceed in the spiritual path of that devotee. So I stop here and go for